What's up, guys? Chris over here at Cover 7. We got another ranked matchup here on Saturday. We got Texas Tech going on the road at Utah. Utah favored by 3 points currently. The over-under set to 57.5. I'll talk a little bit about Texas Tech here, and then I'll talk about Utah, and I'll give my prediction at the end here. So both these teams, though, starting off 3-0. Texas Tech beat a couple cans of corn, win against Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent State, and Oregon State. Not much to go off of, to be completely honest. And I say this all the time on this channel. I don't care if you beat a team 70-10 or 20-10. Honestly, a couple important things in those games for me personally is, one, did anybody get hurt? And two, how did your second, third, and fourth string play? That's really the only thing I get out of these games. It doesn't correlate very well whether or not, if Tech beat the hell out of these teams and now they're playing a good opponent in Utah. It really doesn't translate. We see it all the time. But with that being said, starts with quarterback here, Brendan Morton, dude. This guy is slinging the ball around. Get these numbers, 57 of 81 for over 900 yards and 11 touchdowns so far. Cameron Dickey, the running back, looks to be the go-to guy there. Now, they do have a slew of guys in the backfield so far with a ton of carries. So, like I said, Tech's offense, pretty impressive thus far. Wide receiver, Coy Aiken, tight end, Terrence Carter Jr., Reggie Virgil, that's the wideouts, the pass catchers there. All got a slew of receptions as well. Look to be a pretty solid crew from what I've seen so far. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't watched a ton of Tech this year, but they do look like a team that could put up some points. Like I said, look, it's hard to judge this offense considering who they played, but good teams go out and do this. This is what you're supposed to do, and they have done that thus far. Defensively, kind of applies here as well. Impressive numbers so far. They're giving up less than 230 yards per game, which puts them at 15th best in the country in total defense. Now, we'll talk Utah here, but how does this going to go up against Utah's rushing attack? They really like to run the football. They're 3-0 as well. Wins against UCLA. Now, we thought maybe UCLA would be worth a shit. They just fired their coach, Deshaun Foster. Nico is a trash can. I've been saying that since he's been at Tennessee. UCLA is probably the worst Power 4 team in the country, man. They are really, really bad. They got that whole program's in shambles right now, but they did beat the hell out of UCLA week 1. They beat Cal Poly and then beat Wyoming, all pretty handily, I may add. Now, quarterback Devin Dampier, this kid played a little bit last year. He could throw the ball a little bit. He's got over 600 yards on the ground, but man, where he kills you is with his feet, dude. This guy is actually leading the team in rushing. He's got over 200 yards on the ground thus far this year. Running backs Wayshawn Parker and Nakori Rogers, both putting up nice numbers and averaging above 5 yards per carry. No problems there. Like I said, Utah looks like they really want to ground and pound this year, and they've been doing it so far pretty well. Ryan Davis, he's solidified himself as the team's number 1 wide receiver. He's got 19 catches on the year. They got a ton of guys with a ton of targets on that team as well. Defensively, here is where I really like Utah. They're only giving up 8.3 points per game. Now, yes, you can take this with a grain of salt, like I just mentioned. Sitting 11th in the country in total defense, 26th against the run, 20th against the pass. Also have 5 takeaways on the year. So in summary here, before I get into who I'm picking here, look, I'm a big Kyle Whittingham fan. I don't hide it. I think this guy's probably the most underrated coach in the country. It can't be easy to recruit out at Utah. This guy's been here for 20-plus seasons, or it seems like forever now. Really, what he's been able to do and for what he gets paid is truly remarkable. I think he turns down a lot of bigger coaching jobs. I think he just likes it out there, which I think is great for college football. I don't think this guy just follows money around. I think that's awesome. I think that's a rarity these days. So you probably know who I'm taking in this game, and yes, I'm gonna lay the points with Utah here. Why though? It's not just because I like Kyle Whittingham, but I do believe he's the better coach in this one. I also believe they got the better defense. Utah and Kyle Whittingham normally, outside of last year, they have a pretty damn good defense, man. And the fact that Texas Tech's got to go on the road here, it's kind of a trap spot. You got to go play up in the mountains there of Utah. I don't know, man. I'm going to lay the points here. I'm going to take the 3. I think this will be a good game, though. I really do. And I may be wrong about this one. I'm only playing this a half unit. I'm not going to touch the over-under yet currently. I actually wouldn't mind the under. I know a lot of people are jumping all over the over here. I get it. Texas Tech's offense is just putting up ridiculous numbers. But, for example, we saw that last year with Tennessee and Nico, right, who I just mentioned a minute ago. They beat the shit out of like 2 or 3 cans of peas to start the year. We're scoring 70 or 80 points. Their first game against anybody of note in the SEC, I think it was Arkansas, they struggled to score a touchdown in that game. And they ended up getting beat. I know when they played Oklahoma, who really wasn't very good last year, they struggled to score points. That was Tennessee's problem last year outside of Dylan Sampson. So that's just an example there. Those numbers don't mean a lot to me, so we don't have a lot of data on both these teams. So with that being said, guys, we'll see you next time.